This is our $30 PC. It features a Core 2 Duo E4600 paired up with a Radeon HD 5450 and a whopping 2 gigabytes of RAM. These components are horribly slow and belong in 2000s, but we're going to try to play games on it anyways. We found a Dell Optiplex 320 pre-built, which right now I would value at around $20. It included the CPU and no graphics card, which the 5450 costed only around $10. First, let's take a brief look at our components. Though E4600 was released way back in 2007, it features 2 cores running at 2.4 GHz with a whopping 2 MB of L2 cache. For the graphics card, we have our Radeon 5450. Its core clock speed runs at 650 MHz and the GDDR3 VRAM runs at 800 MHz. It's very slow, but it only uses 19 watts, which is nice. The games we'll be playing are mostly older titles, as this PC is not capable of more recent games. We'll be testing esports games like Csgo, and we'll even throw in some Tomb Raider and Dirt Rally. Because of these components' age, I cannot use recording software to record gameplay. I decided to use a camera with a tripod to record it in the best quality I could, but the footage is not flawless. However, it does allow us to see how the game runs without negatively impacting the performance. First up, we're going to try out Csgo. This game did not run so well due to a CPU bottleneck. We managed to only average 24 frames per second on low settings at 1080p, which is simply not enough for multiplayer first-person shooter games such as Csgo. We did try turning it down to 720p, but that did not improve the frame rate. The FPS did go up when we went inside of buildings, but since most of the time this game exists outside of buildings, I do not believe that this is playable. A disappointing start for sure. Next is League of Legends. This game ran really well, but it is considered one of the easiest games to run. We managed a buttery smooth 55 frames per second on 1080p and low settings. The frame rate was consistent as well, so I would consider this very playable. It is an option to lower the resolution, but I personally would not, as 1080p looks a lot better. If you've been enjoying the video so far, consider leaving a like or subscribing, as it really helps out the channel. Anyways, the next game is Dirt Rally. This game is known to run on pretty much any system, and our $30 PC handled it quite well. On the lowest settings at 720p, we got an average of 30 frames per second, which was pretty good, although the game did look really bad. The frames per second also never dropped below 24. Overall, I would say that this game is playable if you are okay with extremely bad graphics. Lastly, we'll try the Tomb Raider Reboot game. Note that this is not the newer Rise of the Tomb Raider. On the lowest settings at 720p, using the in-game benchmark, we averaged around 18 frames per second and a minimum of 14. Obviously, this is not playable for the majority of people, which is disappointing considering that this computer did meet the minimum requirements for the game. Something interesting is that in this game, the GPU was actually the bottleneck, unlike many of the other games. To conclude, for the $30 PC, it actually performed pretty well. I'm sure it would work a lot better as an office PC or for even older games than the ones I tried, but I wanted to push this PC to the limit. Another thing to note is that I do not recommend you to buy something like this. It would be a much better idea to save up your money for a more powerful PC. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or video suggestions, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.